Los Angeles, California, October 28, Clayton Kershaw. Photo by Harry Howe, Getty Images. Here are some of the questions the Dodgers face as well as some predictions for the 2019 season. Question 1. What is going on with Kershaw? The biggest question that loomed for the Dodgers this offseason was the status of the Dodgers' ace pitcher, Clayton Kershaw. The future Hall of Famer had the right to opt out of his contract and become a free agent after the season ended. That question was answered quickly as both Kershaw and the Dodgers seemed to genuinely want to get a deal done, as evidenced by their mutual agreement to extend the deadline. Kershaw had to make his decision. Within a few days they had agreed to a 3-year extension for $93 million, plus incentives based on number of games started, awards won, etc. The other question about Kershaw's status is still unknown. Namely, will Kershaw be able to stay healthy and maybe even pick up a few ticks in his velocity? Kershaw has lost playing time to back issues several times in the last 5 years, including the last 3 years. He also lost time last year due to biceps tendinitis in his pitching arm. While I am certainly no doctor, I am hoping that last year's dip in velocity was more a function of his tendinitis than his age or back issues. If so, I think it would be much more likely that he could return to vintage Kershaw. On a side note, it makes one realize just how insanely good Kershaw has been throughout his career when posting a 2.73 ERA and 1.04 WHIP over 161 innings. Is thought of as a disappointing year. Even if his velocity doesn't pick up, I still have faith that Kershaw has enough talent and smarts to still be an incredibly effective, if not still elite pitcher. Either way, time will tell on this question. Next, Seager's recovery in second base. Page 2. Los Angeles, California, April 24, Corey Seager. Photo by Sean M. Haffey, Getty Images. Dodger fans let out a collective groan last year when Corey Seager lost the majority of the 2019 season due to Tommy John surgery as well as hip surgery. While I fully expect him to recover, it remains to be seen just how long it will take for him to get back to where he was. Will the Cactus League games be enough to get him back up to speed, or will he need to do additional rehab and possibly start the season in the minors? The good news here is that given his age, the question for Seager shouldn't be if he returns to elite form, but rather when. Question 3. Who's on second? In a classic case of life imitating art, the Dodgers' continued inability to lock down an everyday second baseman has fans feeling as frustrated as Lou Costello. The revolving door continued in 2018, with Logan Forsythe, Chase Utley, Kike Hernandez, Chris Taylor, Brian Dozier and Max Muncy all having logged time at second. Half of those players are now gone as Utley retired, Forsythe was traded away and the Nationals picked up Dozier as a free agent. Back in May, I expressed my doubts about the Dodgers pursuing Bryce Harper or Manny Machado but predicted they would sign either Dozier or DJ LeMahieu to fill the hole at second. While it looks like I was spot on with Machado and Harper, I was wrong about second base. Second base remains a question mark. Will Hernandez finally get a chance to be an everyday starter at a set position, or is he more valuable as a super utility man? Is Muncy's defense good enough to keep his bat in the lineup as the starting second baseman? Will CT3 get the nod at second, or will he be spending most of his time in the outfield? Will Gavin Lux get an early call-up out of sheer desperation? These are questions that will soon be answered. Next, Pollock versus the old production of Puig and Kemp. Page 3. GLENDALE, as, February 20th, AJ. Photo by Rob Tringali, Getty Images. In a move that surprised many, the Dodgers essentially packaged Yasiel Puig, Matt Kemp, Alex Wood and Kyle Farmer for a couple of prospects and some salary cap flexibility. Then in what seemed like a coordinated move, they turned around a few weeks later and signed AJ Pollock to a 4-year $55 million contract. Will Pollock's production be enough to make up for losing both Puig and Kemp? Last year in 405 ABS, Puig's slash line was .267, .327, .494, .820 with 23 HRs and 63 RBIs, while Kemp's was .290, .338, .481, .818 with 21 HRs and 85 RBIs and 462 ABS. By comparison, Pollock's line was .257, .316, .484, .800 with 21 HRs and 65 RBIs and 413 ABs. It doesn't seem like a big upgrade over either individually, let alone as a 2-for-1 deal. From an age standpoint, the 30-year-old Pollock slots right between the 27-year-old Puig and 33-year-old Kemp. The biggest concern about Pollock has been his inability to stay healthy. Over the last 3 years he's only managed to stay on the field for 237 games. His best year was 2015 when he managed to avoid injury for the entire season and put up a line of .315, .367, .498, .865 with 20 HRs and 67 RBIs in 609 ABs. I suppose signing Pollock shouldn't have come as a big surprise. Signing injury-prone players seems to fit right into the Dodgers playbook. So maybe the real question here should be how many days will it take after he gets injured for the front office to pat themselves on the back for their depth at being able to handle his injury. In the meantime, I'm going to throw out 110 games to you. Want to take the over or the under on that? Next, which Austin Barnes shows up? Page 4. Use your arrows to browse Los Angeles, California, October 27, Austin Barnes. Photo by Harry Howe, Getty Images. The Dodgers opted to not re-sign free agent catcher Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani's tenure with the Dodgers could best be described as hit or miss, literally. He'd go on multi-week tears where it seemed like every at-bat ended up with a walk or a home run, followed by a 6-for-90 stretch with 55 kiloseconds. That may be an exaggeration, but probably not by much. He never hit his weight in the postseason, and he had a remarkably difficult time catching the ball, which is kind of an important skill for a catcher. After a stellar 2017 campaign where he posted a .289, .408, .486, .895 line with 8 HRs and 38 RBIs in only 218 ABs and supplanted Grandal as the starting catcher in the postseason, Barnes had a huge drop-off at the plate. His 2018 line was .205, .329, .290, .619 with just 4 HRs and 14 RBIs in roughly the same number of ABs. His defense and pitch framing are both excellent, so if he can get back anywhere near his 2017 form at the plate, then this falls under addition by subtraction. While tied to the JT Realmuto rumor mill for much of the offseason, the front office was unable to work out a trade with the Marlins and instead opted to trade for former Dodger backstop Russell Martin. Although Martin is not the hitter he once was, his numbers should rebound enough to be better than the 2018 version of Austin Barnes, so backup catcher should be an incremental improvement for the team. Call it a potential win-win. Next, Dodger bullpen has a few question marks. Use your arrows to browse